hanging out with me today. It's been a little while since I've done a Facebook Live, but I decided I would start using this Restream software so that I can maximize and more efficiently get my live streams out into the marketplace. Um, and it seems to be going pretty good so far. It's always interesting to learn new things and figure things out. And so I've been adding my channels in there. I'm still awaiting approval for TikTok and for LinkedIn. But I'm just thinking how cool to do one live stream and to then have that one live stream go out into multiple places. And the other cool thing that I've discovered with Restream is that it will actually give me the ability to chop up these live stream videos into little chunks. So I can say to it that maybe I want 5 to 10, 30 to 60-second bite-sized pieces that they'll select out of the video. And then I've got them to use for reels and stories and TikToks and all of that kind of amazing stuff. So pretty happy with it so far, I've got to say. And I even have figured out how to end stream, because I know sometimes I've gone and done something for the first time and I'm like, how the heck do I stop it now that I've gotten it started? So it'll be very interesting for you guys to comment and just let me know, whether there's any kind of glitchiness. What's the other word I'm looking for? Any kind of lag as you kind of watch it, because I'm very interested to see how it all works out and whether it's a good thing. I'm sure it is, because I've seen some people with much larger audiences than I have using it, and they seem to be pretty happy with it. So I've been looking for a little while. I've trialed a couple of things, but so far this one for me seems to be the least complicated and the most straightforward, which is what I'm looking for. I think the more we can minimize our learning curves, the faster we can just get on with creating content and attracting people into, what we offer without having to do a degree and trying to figure out the new platform or whatever it is that we want to use. So yeah, super excited to be here with you today. If you're watching live, I really, really appreciate it and would really love any comments or any love would be amazing. I thought I'd talk a bit about today, a couple of things. So yesterday evening, early evening, I was on a welcome call with one of our new team members, and just the loveliest lady. Has never done any kind of online business before. So super excited for her to experience the success with, creating some income online. And I love being able to talk to people about what their why is. So during the conversation we had the new lady on the call, myself, and then two of my other team members were there as well. It was like a little welcome tea time event, I guess. And so just hearing what their why is, the reason why they get up every day and do what they do and put themselves out there and connect with people courageously. So it was awesome to hear from her as well. So she's a lady who's retired from working full-time, has her little 10-month-old grandbaby, her moko, and that's her driving force. She said she doesn't want to just be a photo on the wall and get pointed out. That was Nanny. She wants to be present in his life for as long as she can, which is why she's chosen to focus on her health and well-being. She's had some health challenges for a while, so I'm just so super thrilled for her to be able to experience some upgrades and some improvements. I think will just be absolutely phenomenal for her. And I could hear it in her voice, and I could see it in her face, and I could see it in her eyes, just how much it means to her to be able to have that longevity, to be around for those grandbabies for a long time, to watch them grow up. And it's why I still love this industry, despite its flaws and despite the highs and the lows and everything that I've been through and everything that I've seen other people go through as well. And, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I guess it's the same with any industry, really. But the thing that I just continue to just love so much about it is that it really is the average person's best opportunity to create the success that they're looking for in life, whatever that means for that person, whether it be, through their health or through their energy or through their finances or through their connections, meeting new people and helping others to improve their lives, their own personal development, whatever it is that person comes for, they can achieve. And there's actually more millionaires created in this industry than any other industry in the world. And more women become millionaires in this industry than any other industry in the world. It's an even playing field. And I love that so much about it. The other thing that I love is that you don't actually have to create your own products. And if you are a creator, and one of my friends and one of my teammates is actually a developer of her own skincare range, and she's a chemist and she just does, her own range, her own brand, and it's her passion. And for me to figure out formulas of things and combinations of things, it would just drive me batty. It would just drive me absolutely batty. I'd be constantly second guessing myself. Is this ingredient better than that ingredient? And, will that ingredient go with that ingredient? If I put it into this one product, no, that's not for me. But I highly, highly respect those people that can figure it out and create the most incredible formulations that really are life-changing for so many people, and create products like, have you ever seen these before? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but just the most incredible technologies in the health space that just blow my mind. Absolutely incredible how we can improve our health and well-being through frequencies. And that technology has been around for a long, long time. And a lot of people have viewed it very skeptically, but there's no denying that it's been around for decades and decades and decades, and has the most incredible therapeutic properties and powers available. And in fact, NASA was one of the driving forces behind PEMF when astronauts were coming back from space and that they had muscle wastage and bone density lost from being in a non-gravity environment, and trying to figure out what they could do to help the astronauts when they came back from space. And I don't know how they stumbled across it, but they figured out that pulsed electromagnetic field therapy was something that actually helped them to recoup that muscle wastage and bone density issues that they was, struggling with after coming back from space. And now it's been used in the most remarkable ways in hospitals for bone healing, for all kinds of just the most incredible things. So I digressed a little bit, as I have the tendency to do, but that's why I love the industry so much, is because I haven't had to figure out all this cool stuff. Other just geniuses have been able to do that on my behalf, and I just get to be super excited and super passionate about talking about it and sharing it with other people, which I just think is the coolest thing. And I then just get to spend my time doing the things that I love to do, which is talking to people and marketing the products and having conversations and just seeing the light come on for people and that hope come back, which they may have lost and be struggling with and not know what the solution could be for themselves for their health or for their, future finances, and a solution. Now they have a solution. You just can't put a price on that. It just gives me goosebumps every single day. So that's what I absolutely love about this industry. And yeah, super grateful to be here. Super grateful if you've been spending some time with me. I know apparently I should be able to view comments somewhere, but I do not know how to do that yet. And I'll figure that out as I go. Yeah, I'm just looking at it's got a little panel over the side here, and I'm just looking at all these symbols, and I'll do some Googling or find some tutorials after. But I just, when you want to do something and you just think, I just want to get it done and I'll figure out the rest as I go. Well, that's today. And I remember that actually when I did my first ever Facebook Live. I'd actually gone down to a social media marketing event, and the guy that was doing the training challenged us to do a 5-day Facebook Live challenge. And at that time, I'd been wanting to do one, but I had just talked myself out of it and was terrified pretty much to, hit the go live. And so I accepted the challenge. When he asked people to stand up that would accept the challenge and do, 5 days of Facebook Lives, I bravely stood up. And as I was driving home, it was about an hour's drive home. As I was driving home, I thought to myself, the closer and closer I got to home, the more I came to the realization that if I got home without doing my Facebook Live, there was every chance that I wasn't going to do it, that I would talk myself out of it, that I'd get home and it'd be right on dinner time and I'd start doing dinner and, then it'd be dinner time and then it'd be after dinner and then I'd be thinking about getting the kids ready for bed and, talking to my husband. All these reasons and excuses would come up about why I couldn't do that Facebook Live. So I literally just pulled over to the side of the road, and some of you that, watch this might be familiar with the story. And I did my first Facebook Live on the side of the road, and it was literally so basic. It was just about, I decided to title it that life is too short for uncomfortable shoes, because I had literally been wearing the most gorgeous shoes. They were just so cute, but they were so horrifically uncomfortable, and I didn't wear them often. And the reason being that every time I wore them, I remembered why I didn't wear them, which was because they are actually so damn uncomfortable. And I decided in that moment, I pulled up next to a wheelie bin, a rubbish bin on the side of the road, and just decided that that was my Facebook Live. I'd take my shoes off and I'd throw them in the bin and hit end. And that was it. But I got back into the car and I finished the Facebook Live, and I was so damn proud of myself, for stepping out of my comfort zone and doing the first day of that challenge. Funnily enough, day 2, I was actually more nervous to do the Facebook Live than I was on the first day, because the first day I felt like I was just coming, with that blaze of post-event confidence. But by day 2, I had lost some of that post-event confidence and was just feeling the fear of, what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to do? And all of those kind of things. And I remember just how sweaty my palms felt. And actually my palms do feel a little bit sweaty today because, learning this new skill with the Restream. But then you just do it anyway, despite the nerves, despite the fears and apprehension. You just decide to be courageous and put yourself out there, because you just never know who's going to need your message. And I don't think that anybody really needed my message about uncomfortable shoes, but what they probably did need to hear was just the courage and the decision to get out of my comfort zone and to learn a new skill and to do something new. So that also is my message for today. Get out of your comfort zone and learn a new skill and be courageous and put yourself out there and have a conversation. Be visible, because it's how people get to know you, and you don't want to be the best kept secret. If you've got a product that you love, that you're passionate about, that you know can make such an incredible impact in people's lives, you don't want your product to be the best kept secret. And if you're really wanting to help people, which is why most people get into the network marketing industry, in the health field, in the health spaces, or whatever the product happens to be, it's because they want to help people. And if that's you, then you have to be brave, because remaining quiet is not going to get your message out there. I think that's it for me today. But shout out to all the shift workers, because I know, myself talking from my personal experience, which is what I currently am at the moment, as well as being an online marketer. And I know just how challenging it can be to start any kind of endeavor in the fatigue and the chaos of shift working. So if that's you, you're out there hustling, or you're looking for a way to improve your situation and you don't know how you can possibly do it because you're a shift worker, just know that it is possible and you can do it, and there is a way. And it might not be easy, and you might have to make some sacrifices, and certainly I do. But when you find something that you love and you've got a strong reason why, just the most amazing, incredible things can happen. Also, when you've got an incredible product, but when you've also got systems and tools and structures in place that can support you to shrink your time frame, because oftentimes people think that they don't have time, and time is not actually the issue. The issue can just be having resources to support you, so that in the limited amount of time that you have, you can still make an impact. And I'm extremely blessed to be in that position. So that's it from me today, guys. Now I'm going to go end this stream, figure out what to do next. Hope that you're having an absolutely magical day. Thank you for coming along on the ride with me while I learn something new, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care. Bye.